You can access the Report Center from the left sidebar. Under Reports, click on Report Center. In this area, you can manage, export, schedule, generate, and view any report type PRT has to offer. You can also manage shared reports, manage your MyRanks App users, manage the report templates to use later in your reports, and change the report settings. The report types ProRankTracker has to offer are Overview Reports, shows the current rankings and notes data. Historical Progress Reports, gives you a closer look at how your ranks change over time in a graph and a table report with a daily, weekly, or monthly breakdown. Benchmark Reports. These reports allow you to compare 2 dates, weeks, or months in your rankings history. Comparison Reports. You can compare ranks for the same search term across different URLs, search engines, locations, or devices. Ranking Sections Reports. These reports provide the same information as the different rankings views, but in a report format. Term view, daily view, and full SERPs. URL view reports are saved and managed as overview reports. Now let's start, for example, with an overview report. It shows current or historical ranking compared to yesterday, a week ago, or a month ago ranking in a URL view format. So when you enter each of the report types, you'll see a table of already created reports. I will click on the Add New Report button. You are now seeing the standard settings when you add or edit reports. When adding or editing reports, most reports will share these standard settings. Give the report a name. Choose an ongoing schedule. If you choose a scheduled report, you can select if the report goes daily, weekly, or monthly, and what time. Or you can select an instant export for your report to be generated immediately. You can export it to your email. You will also see these options if you have cloud integration set, like Dropbox, Google Drive, or Google Sheets. File type. You can choose whether you want the report to be viewable in the email's body, email content, or as a PDF, XLSX, or CSV file. You can also select multiple formats. Template. Choose one of your customized templates, or leave the default one. Language of the report. Select the report's language. This overrides the default report's language. Enter the email subject, the email address you want to send it to, and select the sender's email. Choose whether you want the report sent from the default email, reports@ProRankTracker.com, or with one of your account's emails, your registered one or an additional one. Another standard report setting is a filter. The filtering section allows you to display only the data needed in the report, usually which terms you want in the report. It's the same filter as on the URL view, so you have the option to test it there first. In columns and sorting, you can select which columns to display or not, and in what order. Each report type will have only the relevant options. Let's go back to the Report Center, and you'll see 3 different notification types. Trigger notifications. A predetermined event triggers the trigger notification in ProRankTracker and sends them to you. You can arrange for notifications to be sent to you when your terms ranking reach the number 1 position. Reach top, a position that you set. Out of the top, a position that you set. Is exactly the position that you set. Or is not the position you set. You can also set a trigger for when a position has increased or decreased. So if it's increased by 10 positions, for example, compared to a week ago, you will receive an automated report. Or if it's decreased by at least 10 positions since a month ago, you will receive an automated report. You can also set the trigger with percentages, if the ranking has increased or decreased by a certain percentage. You can also compare this to the base position, top position, or any other value that you have set. You can arrange to send drop and jump notifications daily, weekly, or monthly, with all the ranks that dropped, went down, or jumped, went up during that period. For example, when setting up a drop notification, select when it needs to be sent. The trigger could be daily, weekly, or monthly, with all the terms that drop in the rankings compared to the period you chose. How useful are these notifications? These notifications can keep you up to date with any drop, so you and your teammates can check what's going on and fix it. It's an excellent notification to use. Jump notifications are the positive, only good news, notifications that you can send, for example, for your clients. A weekly or a monthly jump notification, with all the terms that jumped in ranking compared to the previous month. Only good news appears in this report. All the other settings are similar. You can set which columns you want to show, and filtering allows you to include only specific terms in the report. Let's go to Shared from the top menu. Shared reports allow you to create a link to a live updated report of specific data for clients or teammates. Enter a report name. If you require a password for access, you can add it here. Otherwise, leave this area blank. Select the report language, which template you would like to use, and which type of data you will show. You can then select your permissions and sharing preferences. What to share? You can share just a single URL or a group of URLs using a shared report. You can allow downloads or not. Display. You can decide if you want to include stats, daily breakdown data, or just an overview. You can use the filter to show only part of the URL or group's data and set the columns and sorting like you can on regular reports. Now let's see a report, for example, that we have already created. It gives you a link. You can copy this link and share it with your clients and teammates. Let's get into the report. This report has a password, and we'll enter it here. You are now inside a shared report. This one is set with the group, so there are multiple URLs here. It has download permissions so we can download reports. You can see the stats for the last 24 hours, 7 days, and 30 days changes, and the positions groups. The top overview part is similar to the URL view, and using the shared reports, you can easily give your clients and teammates access to this data. They can search for anything in the table from here and set how many terms per page to show. Below the overview part, if included when setting up the shared report, appears the daily breakdown part. The daily breakdown part is similar to the daily view. For every term here, you can see the progress graph of the selected date range and a table with the rankings by date. This is the shared report, a live updated report which you can share with anyone you want. Next, we'll go to look at MyRanks. MyRanks is a mobile app that gives your clients access to specified sections of their ranking data using a neat, dedicated app with your info on it. It's different from the PRT app, which allows you to manage your ProRankTracker's account. Give your client this URL, myranks.mobi. It's the app site that includes a tutorial on using it and explains where to download it from the App Store and Google Play. The app shows the rankings data for the URLs and the terms you allow them to see. They can see a list of terms rankings, of the terms, and the URLs. They can also see historical ranking data on a calendar view and a progress chart. It is a very cool mobile app that will impress your clients and teammates. It's also available in 12 languages other than English. On MyRanks Users Management page, you can set users up to log into this app. Clicking on Add New User will take you to a page where you can specify the new user's access. Enter the user's name, email address, and password. You can set a different language here if you want. And data you want to include: a single URL from the URLs in your account, or a group of multiple URLs. The new user, John, can now access MyRanks mobile app with the credentials set, which you sent to him. You can also customize the details of the MyRanks About page. You can show your phone number and enter your email address. If you do, the contact form on the app for your users will send emails directly to you and add a physical address to the display. Your uploaded logo will appear on the MyRanks App About page as well, so you can completely customize the About page of the app with your details. Let's go to Templates. Templates allow you to customize the look of any email and PDF report quickly and easily. Let's create a new template. Enter a new template name. You can see a preview of your changes. There are several elements where you can change the color. You can choose from several predefined styles. You can also add a header, footer, and a cover letter to your chosen template. When you have finished, click Save. Let's go into Settings. The settings here are part of the PRT settings. It will only show what's relevant to the reports. The default PDF template is for downloads and email attachments. You can decide whether to include a key, legend, in relevant reports. Additional sender email. In this area, you can set another email to appear in the From for your email reports. The reports chart scale. You can decide whether to give more weight to top rankings. Select Logarithmic, or the same weight to all rankings. Select Linear. Please note that the selection will affect all charts site-wide. MyRanks App Settings. Select which data you want to show. And white label settings. In this area, you can upload a custom logo and enter a custom domain. Please note that this is a more advanced feature. You can search the knowledge base for instructions to show the shared reports under your domain. This was a general overview of ProRankTracker's reports. We hope it clarifies a lot of things for you. If you're looking for more in-depth reports explanations, check out our knowledge base.